One of the biggest things I see with these young men coming out of a wilderness trip is just the feeling of accomplishment, knowing they can handle 10 or 12 days in the wilderness backcountry and not only survive but thrive out there. They can accomplish that, they can accomplish staying sober. Wilderness itself has a way of bringing about hardships, whether it's weather, a heavy pack, a steep terrain, crossing streams. These challenges forces them to cope. Going into the wilderness, we often say, is very much like going back to the world that they knew sober. It's just as foreign to them, and they won't have the chemicals to be able to fall back on. They'll have to use some other skills. We send the boys into the wilderness about 2/3 of the way through their stay here. So they've gotten stabilized here. They've learned some new tools that they can use to cope with some of the feelings that come up. One of the powerful things that we have are staff that can lead and help young men doing extended backcountry trips year-round, summer hiking, winter skiing, snowshoeing, between 8 and 12 days in length. So, we're getting back there 30, 40 miles from trailheads and doing some really fun activities with the guys. It's not just a survival trip. We're climbing peaks and swimming and fishing and learning how to tele-ski and all that kind of stuff. I grew up in western Montana playing in the outdoors and worked for a previous wilderness program for Pat. For about 13 years I was a wilderness instructor, working my way up to the lead instructor. Have about 900 and some days in the backcountry. Pat brought me on here when we started this program, so I have a passion for working outside as well as helping people, making connections, relationships. This job brought those two together. We've got a really well-established program. Executive director and myself both have 35 years combined experience working with these young men in this environment. We've carried on a lot of policies and procedures that we know worked from our past experience and improved upon them. We spend a lot of time finding qualified, well-trained staff and do regular training and services. For me, I think the biggest reward is seeing the transition and the change in the young men that we work with. Even the real difficult, angry ones that come in by the end of the program, it's really cool to see their gratitude and spark for life again and hope moving forward.